Amigos del Minnesota de hoy, les saluda Gustavo Mancilla, como siempre, con mucho gusto, y hoy especialmente porque tenemos una oportunidad muy padre. Vamos a platicar con la vicegobernadora del estado de Minnesota, con la señora Peggy Flanagan, quien está con nosotros para platicar de todo este esfuerzo que se está haciendo para que las vacunas lleguen a todos nosotros, los habitantes de Minnesota. Así que, sin más preámbulo, Miss Flanagan, thank you very much for your time today.
Thanks so much for having me, Gustavo. It's good to be with you.
Thank you very much, especially after this quarantine. We know as Governor Walz, Ms. Jan Malcolm, the head of the Minnesota Department of Health, and yourself were in quarantine in the last few days. So there is probably a lesson to be learned that after all this year of diligent work and being tested, maybe some of us are still with the possibility to being exposed to COVID-19.
That's right. So thanks for asking that question. I think just so folks know, the governor and I have tested negative this entire time, and we are coming out of quarantine. I feel healthy, and it's just a good reminder that we are not quite out of the woods yet. We still need to ensure that we are wearing masks and practicing social distancing, washing our hands, staying home if we're feeling sick as well. And then if you've been exposed to someone who has COVID, or you're just wondering or feeling uncertain, just want to encourage people to get tested. We have a really robust testing operation in our state. And, you can also get tested at home. We've got a mail-in program as well. So it's just been a very good reminder that we need to continue to be diligent until more people have been vaccinated.
What is that feeling nowadays when you see after a very hectic year, 2020, that the vaccines are finally getting into Minnesotans, into the people of Minnesota?
So I have to say that, this has been a really difficult year. I mean, clearly for everyone. I personally have experienced a loss very early on in this pandemic. I lost my brother to COVID-19. So that is the lens that I am looking through at this entire issue. As I've gone to vaccination clinics and I've seen people be vaccinated, it is an overwhelming and really hopeful feeling. I had the opportunity to be vaccinated through my tribe, through the White Earth Band of Ojibwe. And while I was being vaccinated, while I got my shot, which didn't hurt and it was super easy, I held my brother's pocket watch. And it was just, it was a memorial to my brother, but also a moment of real hope that we are going to have an opportunity to come back better. And I really hope that when it is your turn to get vaccinated, that you step up and say yes. I'm traveling to Worthington on Friday, and I will be attending a vaccination clinic with community there. Unidos and Navigate Minnesota have been doing an incredible job of reaching out to community members, going door to door, encouraging people to sign up to get vaccinated. So I'm going to see it in action, and I'm really excited to be back in community, especially after being in quarantine.
Talking about communities, you personally, of course, the whole staff, the Minnesota government, but you personally are making a point on reaching out through these testing and vaccination efforts to our diverse communities of Minnesota, and not only on the metro area, but through the whole state of Minnesota.
That's right. It is, I think we know that our communities of color, our immigrant communities, Native communities experience health disparities in this state. And so I think it's incredibly important that our communities are vaccinated when the vaccine becomes available, because unfortunately, because of many of those disparities and underlying conditions, we get sicker and are hospitalized more often. So it's been important to me to make sure that we are having conversations like the one that I'm having with you, Gustavo, with Latino media, and with connecting with our partners and organizations across the state, like Unidos and Navigate and others, who can talk directly to the community about how important it is to be vaccinated. I think it's a lot easier when you hear a story from someone that you know who's been vaccinated. I think that goes a really long way. So that's important for us, is to just make sure that community media, that community organizations have the tools they need to spread the word, and that people feel safe and comfortable getting the vaccine, and know that it's one way that we can care for each other and care for our communities.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Now, talking about being comfortable with this flexibility of the restrictions recently, I think it's important for our community to hear from you as well that even though the conversation has switched into vaccination, it's important to get tested and to continue using the mask, and to be totally aware that the virus is out there.
That's right. I think it's a really good reminder that we need to ensure that the majority of people in Minnesota are vaccinated before we can let our guard down. We're going to continue wearing masks for a while. And so even if you are vaccinated, we want folks to wear those masks when they're out in public places to protect themselves, protect others, continue with good hand hygiene, again, staying home if you're sick, and making sure that you are getting tested. I think especially as we're coming up on the summer and spring and summer, and people are feeling excited, they know that people are getting vaccinated, it's easy to become a little more relaxed, and we can't do that yet. We are so close to the end, and so it's important to keep doing the things that we've been doing, so that by this fall or later this year, we're in a really good spot.
Excellent. Following the recent speech from the President Joe Biden, the governor of Minnesota, the governor of Minnesota pointed out that his plan was to have everyone, the population of the state, vaccinated by the end of summer. Can you please give us a big overview on what is the plan, or how does the plan work to achieve that goal?
Sure. So I know that President Biden has asked us to ensure that everyone in the state is eligible for the vaccine by May 1st. I think we're going to get there, and I feel hopeful. So the biggest thing is to get the vaccine when it's your turn. We want to encourage people to sign up for our vaccine connector. So you'll get a text or email when there is an appointment, or when you're eligible, and then you can find an appointment. And there's lots of places to be able to get the vaccine through state sites or local pharmacies in your community, or the regular clinic where you go to visit the doctor. To tell your family and friends to get the vaccine when it's their turn. But I think we are in a moment where we are going to continue to get more and more vaccine coming into the state, and folks should feel confident that it will be available to them. So I am hopeful that we will meet that expectation that President Joe Biden laid out for us, and we have a lot of community-based organizations and partners who are helping us to get there. So just, and having these conversations, looking to local media as well. We're trying to get out that information as quickly as possible, but also to know that our connector, the vaccine connector, will be translated into Spanish, Somali, and Hmong, and that will be available the first week of April.
A great information, and I do certainly appreciate you taking the time to talk to us at minnesotatheoi.com. All the information is at the bottom of the screen. And maybe to finalize, maybe you have some kind of a special recommendation or a special message to our Latino population of the state of Minnesota.
I would just say, I know that the last year has been incredibly difficult, and I know that many of you and your families have made sacrifices. I just want to say thank you. And please know that we are going to do everything that we can to come out on the other side of this and not just get back to normal, but get back to better, because normal wasn't working for so many of our communities. So we see you. I'm honored and humbled to be your Lieutenant Governor and to be in partnership with you as we work to keep our children and our families and our communities safe.
Muy bien, pues es el mensaje de la señora Peggy Flanagan, quien es la vicegobernadora del estado de Minnesota. Thank you very much, Peggy. It's a pleasure to have you with us, and I'm sure there will be more opportunities in the near future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gustavo. It's good to see you.
Have a great day. Thank you. See you around.
Thank you.